Welcome to your journey through the rich and complex tapestry of American history. From its earliest beginnings, shaped by ancient landscapes and the first human footsteps, to its emergence as a global superpower, America's story is one of constant evolution, profound challenges, and enduring aspirations. We'll explore the millennia that have defined this continent, tracing the paths of diverse peoples and pivotal events that have forged the nation we know today. This narrative isn't just about dates and figures. It's about the human experience, the struggles for freedom, the pursuit of progress, and the continuous redefinition of what it means to be American. Join us as we uncover the layers of this extraordinary past. Long before European ships reached its shores, the American continent was a vibrant land, home to diverse indigenous cultures. Imagine a time stretching back some 15,000 years, when the first people migrated across Beringia, adapting to vast and varied environments. These early inhabitants were skilled hunters, gatherers, and eventually sophisticated agriculturalists, establishing complex societies across the continent. They lived in harmony with the land, developing intricate social structures, spiritual beliefs, and innovative technologies. Their communities thrived, leaving behind a legacy of resilience and deep connection to the natural world, shaping the very foundations of the continent's human story. The year 1492 marks a profound turning point in global history. With Christopher Columbus's arrival in the Caribbean, a new era began, often termed the discovery of the New World by Europeans. This event, however, carried immense and often devastating consequences for the indigenous peoples who had inhabited these lands for millennia. It initiated an unprecedented exchange of goods, ideas, and unfortunately, diseases, forever altering the course of both continents. For Europe, it opened up a vast new frontier of resources and opportunities. For the native populations, it heralded an era of profound upheaval, conflict, and the beginning of colonization. This moment irrevocably linked two worlds, setting the stage for centuries of interaction and transformation. Following Columbus's voyages, European powers embarked on a fierce competition for control over the newly encountered lands. The 16th and 17th centuries saw Spain, England, France, and the Netherlands establish colonies, each bringing their distinct cultures, languages, and ambitions. Spain dominated vast territories in Central and South America, extending into what is now the American Southwest. England founded 13 colonies along the East Coast, laying the groundwork for a new nation. France claimed expansive lands in the interior, particularly along the Mississippi River, while the Netherlands established key trading posts, including the settlement that would eventually become New York. This era of colonization profoundly shaped the continent's future, creating a mosaic of influences and conflicts. By the mid-18th century, growing tensions between the British colonies in North America and the mother country reached a boiling point. Issues of taxation without representation, restrictions on trade, and a desire for self-governance fueled a burgeoning revolutionary spirit. What began as protests and boycotts escalated into armed conflict, marking the start of the American Revolutionary War. This struggle for freedom was not merely a fight against an empire. It was a profound ideological battle for the right to determine one's own destiny. The courage and conviction of the colonists, despite overwhelming odds, set the stage for a monumental declaration that would forever change the course of history. In 1776, a pivotal moment occurred that reverberated across the globe: the signing of the Declaration of Independence. This bold document, penned by Thomas Jefferson, articulated the fundamental rights of all people to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and declared the 13 colonies free from British rule. It was a revolutionary assertion of self-determination, establishing the United States as an independent nation founded on principles of liberty and democratic governance. The Declaration not only galvanized the American cause, but also inspired countless democratic movements worldwide, becoming a beacon of hope for those yearning for freedom and self-rule. The 19th century was a period of immense growth and profound internal struggle for the young United States. The nation expanded dramatically, driven by concepts like manifest destiny, which saw its territory stretch westward across the continent. Key events, like the Louisiana Purchase and the Mexican-American War, significantly enlarged its borders. However, this expansion was not without immense cost, particularly for indigenous populations and through the deepening divisions over slavery. These tensions ultimately erupted into the American Civil War, a brutal conflict that tested the very foundation of the Union. The war, fought over the principles of freedom and national unity, reshaped the nation and set it on a new, albeit challenging, path. The 20th century witnessed the United States transform from a regional power into a global superpower. Fueled by rapid industrialization and groundbreaking innovation, the nation's economic might grew exponentially. Its involvement in 2 world wars solidified its position on the international stage, demonstrating its military and economic strength. The post-war era saw America lead in technological advancements, from the mass production that defined the Industrial Revolution to the ambitious space race, culminating in humanity's first steps on the moon in 1969. This period cemented America's role as a dominant force in global affairs, shaping the political, economic, and cultural landscape of the modern world. Throughout its history, America has been a crucible of social change, driven by the tireless efforts of ordinary citizens demanding justice and equality. The 20th century, in particular, saw powerful movements emerge that fundamentally reshaped society. The Civil Rights Movement, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., fought to end racial segregation and secure equal rights for African Americans. Alongside this, movements for women's rights, LGBTQ+ rights, workers' rights, and environmental protection gained momentum, challenging existing norms and pushing for a more inclusive and equitable nation. These ongoing struggles for progress continue to define the American experience, reflecting a persistent pursuit of its founding ideals. Today, the United States stands as a diverse and democratic nation with unparalleled global influence. With a population exceeding 330 million across 50 states, it remains the world's largest economy, a hub of innovation from Silicon Valley to Hollywood. Its cultural tapestry is woven from countless traditions, reflecting centuries of immigration and adaptation. Yet America also grapples with significant challenges, including social inequality, political polarization, and the ongoing work of living up to its ideals. It is a nation in constant evolution, striving to balance its rich history with the demands of a rapidly changing world, continuing its journey as a complex and dynamic global player.